All right, so before I explain my main point, let me just explain who Lowtiergod is if you happen not to know him. He's a fighting game streamer. He still streams fighting games nowadays, but he does a lot of just chatting streams too. But back in the day, he really just streamed fighting games, and he was known for his rage. You can look up Lowtiergod and you'll see a lot of rage compilations. That's what he's known for. And also he's known for saying heinous things, doing heinous things. And that's really garnered him a lot of haters and trolls. A lot of people messed with him throughout the years. And honestly, I think all of them, all the trolls and haters of Lowtiergod are losing to him. And they have been losing to him for years because he feeds off them. He feeds off them and turns them into content. And that's honestly just helped the man grow. And let me state a few things, okay? Before I delve into this a little bit more, I have nothing against you guys. Like the trolls, the haters. I'm not even a Lowtiergod fan. I can't get over that one comment I seen one time where somebody said, oh, these Lowtiergod supporters always say, I'm not a Lowtiergod fan. But in my case, that's honestly true. I only watch one locale at a time. Right now I'm watching DSP because it's just so pathetic that it's interesting to me. I gotta listen to something when I'm eating in the morning. But back then, there's a few times where I'll watch Lowtiergod clips, but I never really watch his streams. I always watch clips. I don't go and watch this man's streams. I don't support this man, but I do find him entertaining. And I remember I saw this comment before, because let me state this before I get into the entertaining thing. So I streamed this 2 times in the past, okay? And I had to pause the comments because people, they just lost the point, and they were streams. I think they ended up thinking it was a video when it wasn't a video. It was a stream and it was a rant because I didn't have my points. I didn't write anything down. It was an incoherent rant, the first stream anyways. The second one was a lot better because I did write some things down and then I went over it. So the stream was a lot better. And then I ended up, chatting with a few people who actually did clip them, and they're pretty nice people. Like, I have nothing against, anybody who clips him, anybody who watches him. I don't really care about any of that, right? All I'm here to say is that when you do stuff like this, right, even if you just watch the clips, I watch the clips, you indirectly support the man, because not everybody who watches Lowtiergod is gonna look at these clips and say, this man, he's pretty bad. I'm just gonna watch these clips. I'm never gonna watch the real deal. There's these people rubbing their hands saying, oh my God, this is actually pretty funny. This man is entertaining. And then they're gonna go to the source. How else does this man grow with all these clips out here? He grows from them itself. Like, he grows from the clips themselves. There's no way these people are blindly watching his content and they're not aware of all the clips and stuff that are out there. So let me get back to the entertaining thing and why I wanted to talk about that a little bit more. So I remember in one of my comments on the second video, or the second stream, you won't be able to see it anymore because I paused the comments and I got rid of all the comments that felt like they were trying to fulfill an agenda and they weren't listening to my point. Like, none of them were arguing against my point. They were just spewing some random stuff. Like, yeah, I don't mind you guys criticizing my point. I remember that man, Joshua Cornstar, like, he actually, he was talking about the point. That man, like, that's a cool dude. He was actually talking about it. He was pretty nice about it. But then other people, they went off. They went off for some reason. You guys are a little bit weird sometimes. But yeah, there's this one guy, he said, I stopped watching the video after you said he's entertaining. And the thing is, can I not call this man entertaining when I honestly believe that Lowtiergod does what he does on stream, okay? I believe that he rages intentionally because it pulls views. If it didn't pull views, he wouldn't do it anymore, don't you think? That's what I think. If it doesn't I can't speak right now, oh my God. But if it didn't pull views, he wouldn't do it. Since so many people like watching him rage, and so many people like watching him saying, these mom jokes and saying, get that ass banned, he does it repeatedly. He just repeatedly does it because that gets some views, that gets some clips. And then you're willing to go to this man's chat and get the firsthand experience. And it just helps him grow. He really should have died a long time ago, to be honest, if, people really didn't give him any sort of attention. But it is what it is. I'm not a Lowtiergod troll, I'm not a Lowtiergod hater, and I'm not a Lowtiergod supporter, okay? I don't put myself under any of those titles. I'm not waiting in line like I'm Lowtiergod troll number 56. I'm not any of those things, right? I just watch clips whenever they come around, whenever I think, you know, this is the locale I'm gonna watch for now. But that's not the case right now. It's DSP for now. Oh man. There's still, oh man. How else do I put this? How else do I put this for you? I already said why, you know, he's entertaining for the way he does things. He repeatedly does it. And of course, again, I'm not saying Lowtiergod's a good person. This is not a stream saying that, oh, this is not a video saying that Lowtiergod's a great person or anything like that. Obviously, he's done a lot of bad things. I'm not in support of this man, and I'm not doing anything like that. I remember there's a video when I made the first stream that came out a little bit ago where it said that he was a groomer, right? And when you look up Lowtiergod now, that video doesn't pop up anymore, and it's because you guys don't really keep that in the focus, you know? The next day, these people go about their day clipping this man just raging like usual, and then people will go back watching this like, oh, I get to watch this man Lowtiergod rage again. I'm pretty sure the people who watch Lowtiergod don't watch Lowtiergod the same way I'm watching these DSP clips right now. Like the DSP clips, it's just pathetic. It is like, it's just interesting for the fact that it's pathetic. Now that I think about it, I need to look up the definition of entertaining. I mean, it is a form of entertainment, you know, just DSP bacon, I guess. But Lowtiergod, his entertainment, he's doing it purposely. And the thing about locales, let me go into the locale thing. So Lowtiergod's called a locale, right? But I honestly feel he's a little bit different, especially nowadays. It got to the point, Lowtiergod grew to the point where he doesn't really even play fighting games all too much anymore. He still plays it, but he does a lot of just chatting streams. I think I mentioned this earlier. But a locale, they're kind of forced by their audience. Like their audience really dictates what they do. If they don't get views, then their audience snaps them right back like, hey, go back to doing this. But Lowtiergod can just talk about shit now. Like, how did it even get to that point where this man can just talk? This man can just talk on stream and he still gets this, you know, a good bit of viewers, followers, and subscribers. How'd that happen? It really happened because I think people were just clipping him all the time and he just kept growing and growing. That's honestly what I believe.